Hello world, this is Devontae with Word of Community Magazine. Today is Monday, April 18th, and that means it's MindRight Monday. Today's topic is all about willpower and why we struggle to develop and maintain self-control. Without further ado, let's see what's up. We're almost at the end of the fourth month of a new year. And for many of us, that means it is finally time to mourn the deaths of our New Year's resolutions. We gave it our all. Created strict diet plans and workout schedules and made sure not to stock our cabinets with our favorite snacks. But one trip through the bread aisle, one fast food commercial of juicy burgers glistening with their greasy goodness, or a couple of stressful days at the office sent us running into the sweet embrace of our favorite vices. It's a vicious cycle. With each failed attempt at self-improvement eating away at our self-confidence and esteem. Each time we tell ourselves that next time I will do better, and that next time I will stand tall in the face of temptation. But few of us find a consistent strategy to win the daily battle between our ideal selves and the person we see in the mirror each day. Ultimately, we believe that no workout plan, no accountability partner, or no plan for moderation will succeed if we don't have the ability to create a set of unshakable core values that will sustain us and that we can fall back on whenever temptation comes knocking. Before we talk about 3 steps that you can implement in your life to develop your willpower, let's first define what willpower is in the first place. So what is willpower? Is it a godlike superpower bestowed upon a chosen few that lets them soar above mountains of temptation and valleys of despair like an eagle through the Sierras? Probably not. In fact, good old Merriam-Webster defines willpower simply as the ability to control one's own actions, emotions, or urges, or a strong determination that allows one to do something difficult. So how can something so easily defined be so difficult to accomplish? Really, there's 2 ways of looking at it. On one hand, many theorists, philosophers, and world religions believe it is human nature to seek the immediate gratification of instinctual needs like hunger, thirst, and reproduction, and that the effort to deny these urges is a key element of the human experience. Unfortunately, the ease of satisfying our primal needs has only increased with each technological innovation. Why endure the dangers of the wild hunting for food when you have an endless supply of calorically rich cheeseburgers right around the corner? So if internal pressures were not enough, there's also the influence of life's daily stressors. The sales quotas or deadlines at work, managing the education and protection of our children, the economic uncertainty and political turmoil that dominates headlines and social discourse. All of these factors degrade our ability to reject the short-term relief that unhealthy habits and coping mechanisms can provide. Some may ask, if self-control is so contrary to our natural instinctual selves, and is made all the more difficult to obtain and maintain by the luxuries of modern life, what hope do we have of practicing self-control in our daily lives? We do not pretend to have all the answers, but we're definitely not in the camp of Oscar Wilde, who famously quoted, "The only way to get rid of temptation is to give into it." We firmly believe in the power of overcoming our reflexive human urges. And we believe that practicing moderation is the key to a long and fulfilling life. And for those that feel the same way that we do, we offer 3 crucial steps that you can implement in your life today to take control of your willpower and exercise more control over your daily lives. Number 1, develop a set of values or morals that will dictate every decision in your life. Whether these values are obtained through spiritual practice, a lifelong philosophical journey, formal education, or some combination of all 3, it is important to have guiding principles that you can fall back on during trying times or when important decisions must be made. Without them, you are but a lone voyager aboard a ship with no sail or compass in the middle of a raging sea. Number 2, understand that the power of no can also be applied to the people in your life. Self-control in saying no is often applied to interactions with things and activities like binge eating, drug abuse, and so on. But it's important to remember that other people often present opportunities to build or undermine our willpower. For example, a boss may ask you to take on a few more projects at work, or a close friend may encourage you to skip a class or meeting for some much-needed R&R. It is important to set up boundaries in your relationships to avoid compromising situations which may impede your ability to maintain healthy habits. And finally, number 3, self-control is not an unlimited resource. Countless studies have shown that willpower is a resource that can be depleted as we come in contact with temptations in our daily lives. Ironically, while defeating temptation consistently helps to create long-term resistances, each short-term victory we have over those delicious slices of cheesecake reduces the likelihood that we will say no to a Netflix binge session later that day, as our bodies will crave an alternative source of satisfaction to fill the void of that missing piece of cheesecake. To counteract this, researchers suggest the use of alternatives or the practice of moderation. For example, instead of completely removing sugar from your diet, choose frozen yogurt instead of ice cream for your sweet treat. Or find a hobby that brings you outdoors, like biking, instead of relying solely on your favorite shows or video games for relaxation. Listen, nobody said it was going to be easy. I know firsthand how difficult it is to deal with temptation each and every day in my life. But just because it's not easy doesn't mean it's not worth it. All in all, we hope you took away something from this message today that will help you strengthen your willpower muscles and take control of your life. Well, we appreciate y'all coming through. Today was MindRight Monday. We talked about willpower and developing self-control. If you like what you heard today, please like, share, and comment. Follow us on all of our social medias. And also, considering going to wordupcommunitymagazine.com and subscribing so that you can get access to our monthly e-magazine where we highlight the positive aspects of our community right here in the Great Lakes Bay Area of Michigan. You can also get access to other exclusive content and much more on the way. I just want to thank you for coming through. This has been Devontae with Word Up Community Magazine. Take care.